You think you're strong because you stay quiet. Don't react, don't argue, don't give people the satisfaction. From the outside, you look calm, mature, unbothered. But be honest with yourself for a second. Are you actually regulated? Or are you just scared? Because when something actually matters, real tension, real disrespect, someone pushing on something that should not move, do you hold the line? Or do you go quiet and disappear inside yourself? Silence looks like strength from far away. Up close, it's usually just fear with better posture. There's a difference between calm and weak, and by the end of this, you'll know exactly which one you've been. Most men don't lose respect in one big moment. It leaks out slowly. Small disrespect, stuff you told yourself wasn't worth it. But slow and quiet, something got taken from you. The respect of people around you, your friends, your coworkers, maybe even your girl. Every time you swallowed it, the room learned something about you. Here's the problem nobody wants to say out loud. Modern life taught men to shut up and call it growth. Raise your voice? Toxic. Push back? Firm? Insecure. Want something? Needy. So you got the script early. Don't overreact. Don't escalate. Protect your peace. Avoiding pointless chaos is fine, but somewhere in all that, nobody taught you controlled confrontation. Nobody taught you how to hold tension without folding. Nobody taught you assertive calm. Not the performed kind, the real one. What you got instead was training in self-silencing, and silencing yourself long enough starts to feel like discipline. Doesn't speak up? Mature. Doesn't argue? Evolved. Doesn't lead? Good vibes. We got rid of toxic aggression and threw out healthy confrontation with it. Now there's a whole generation that knows every feeling word in the dictionary and can't enforce a single boundary in real life. Especially with women. Especially at work. You overthink the tone. Overthink how it lands. Default to silence and hope being calm earns you something. It doesn't. Calm without teeth doesn't signal strength. It signals it's safe to push you, safe to ignore you, safe to walk straight over you. They didn't raise you to be a wolf who chooses not to bite. They raised you to be a rabbit and called it peace. Scrolling Stoic quotes does something to your head. Makes you think, if I don't react, I'm stable. That's not how it works. Not reacting isn't discipline by default. Half the time, it's a freeze response wearing a calm face. Tension spikes. Fight, flight, or freeze. Weak calm defaults to freeze. Heart rate goes up. Mind goes blank. Voice disappears. Your reptile brain took the wheel, and you called it composure. Here's the worst part. People learn how you respond when you're pushed. They clock it fast, and if you never push back, they'll keep pushing. Not because they're evil, just because you trained them to. Real calm looks different under the hood. Breath slows on purpose. Posture stays rooted. Eye contact doesn't break. Voice stays level even when someone's pushing on it. From the outside, both men look quiet. One of them chose it, the other one had no other option. The more you dodge confrontation to keep the peace, the worse you get at conflict. That's just how nervous systems work. You train through exposure, not avoidance. You don't become calm under pressure. You expose whether it was ever real. Calm gets sold as never escalating. Therapy speak rebrands avoidance as self-care. But real calm doesn't get proven in the quiet. It gets proven when something actually happens. If you can't raise your voice when the line gets crossed, that's not calm. That's a ceiling. If you can't say no clean and firm and let it sit there, that silence isn't peace. It's a gap someone else will fill. Power is optional escalation. A man who has it chooses not to use it until he has to. A man who doesn't have it hides behind, "I don't do drama." Look at Harvey Specter from Suits. Watch what happens when someone tries to push him. He doesn't freeze, doesn't get loud. He just slows down. Voice drops, eyes lock in, and suddenly the person who started it wishes they hadn't. That's what it looks like. The temperature in the room changes, and he's the one who changed it. Not the suits, not the money. The fact that he never needed the room to agree with him. That's the aura, and it doesn't come from confidence. It comes from never having flinched when it mattered. The difference only shows when real pressure hits. She pushes on something she knows she shouldn't. You laugh it off. The boundary moves permanently. She noted it. The dynamic shifted. You didn't see it happen in real time, but it happened. Coworker cuts you off mid-sentence in a meeting. You stay polite. Let it go. Now it's a pattern. Everyone in that room recalibrated. Avoidance buys you comfort right now and costs you respect over time. Every single time, peace built on suppression doesn't hold. The second real disrespect walks in, the whole thing collapses. Because calm isn't about never going there. It's about knowing you can and staying in control when you do. Easy to look composed when nothing's on the line. Real audit hits when it actually costs something. Job dries up fast. You're on blast publicly. Relationship cracks overnight. Disrespect stops being subtle and goes direct. That's where suppression fails. Weak calm freezes, rationalizes, waits for the situation to fix itself. It doesn't. Strong calm, breath slows first. Mind reads the room instead of spiraling. Voice stays measured. Decisions land clean. Not louder, not softer, just unmovable. You don't become that in the middle of a crisis. You either show up with it or you don't. Real regulation gets built through reps, through not dodging it every time it gets uncomfortable, through letting tension exist and not immediately trying to kill it. Suppression survives comfort. Regulation survives pressure. Pressure is the only judge that can't be fooled by how your face looks. You don't fix this overnight. You start small. Next time she texts cold and disrespectful, don't fix the vibe for her. Let it sit. Next time someone talks over you, finish your sentence. Next time a friend crosses the line, name it. It'll feel wrong at first. Awkward. Too much. But that feeling is just your nervous system meeting something it's never been trained for. Do it enough times and it stops feeling like a risk. It just becomes who you are. Calm isn't weakness, but silence is, more often than you want to admit. Stillness isn't passivity, but passivity lives behind stillness and hopes you don't look too close. Holding tension without it breaking you. Speaking firm without needing to lose it to do it. That's structure. That's what holds when everything else goes sideways. One spine, one line, unmovable. A wolf doesn't bite everyone he meets, but everyone in the room knows he can.